bottom, starting from the top.
Okay, this will be your main intake right here, backflow preventer. Two valves on either one will shut water off the entire building. This one here is just for testing the backflow. You guys won't ever have to use that. It's for annual inspection. We come over here and this is your valve assembly. There's two systems in the building. You got your wet system right here. Your control valve, if you were to break ahead or wanted to shut the water off, close this valve here. Notice now it's with the pipe, it would be perpendicular with the pipe. This indicator tells it's closed. You can tell it's open here. When you close this valve here, your drain valve, it's a big orange handle back here. It'll dump water right outside for draining. Now this wet system here will control basically the whole building, other than your two vaults over there. That's the system over there inside. We'll get to in a second. But for anywhere else in the building, this is going to be your valve, your control valve, and your drain. This is a basic wet system. There's really not much else to tell than that. So over here now, this is your double airlock free action is what it's called. It's a safety device so you don't get water into the vault with expensive equipment and stuff in there. But it's essentially the same as far as if something happens, you want to close it down. You just got one control valve here, and you got your main drain right back here. And that, if something were to happen, close that, open that. That's gonna dump your water off the back, just like the wet system would. So it gets pretty complicated, so I won't get too in depth. But essentially, what we have is there's air on the system, which you can read right up here. There's a mechanical gauge or a digital gauge. It should vary somewhere between 36 and 40 pounds. If you were to lose air, whether it's a head breaking off or the compressor quits working for whatever reasons, we have a low air alarm here, which is single alarm to security to say, hey, something's wrong. And if that does happen, you need to contact me or maintenance or somebody because something is wrong with the system. So anyway, you got that, and then right here you got an electric solenoid, which is wired to the smoke detectors in there, I believe. Smokes or heats, I think it's smokes. So essentially, this valve, if somebody was in there doing something, they broke the head, you'd lose your air. But this valve still will not trip and put water into that system until that smoke detector would go off. Both things, or vice versa, if there's a fire in there, or a vacuum cleaner and put some dust out or whatever, and it's tripped the smoke detector, you get an alarm. It would trip this, but water would not go to that system until a head was actually broken, air was coming from the system. So it's a safety feature for that. And for whatever reason, if it was to happen that there was a fire in there, this valve was not tripping, whether the smoke didn't work or the air, whatever. This lever here, you pull that and it'll manually override everything. It'll trip the valve and you'll get water in that system. So, other than that, that's all I got, I guess. You guys got any questions?
So zones,
Oh,
there's just one zone for wet, and then the system, and then one zone
yeah,
for
one,
reaction.
yeah, right, yep. And that's your vault system. That's your vault over here. That's system 2, and then the whole rest of the building is zone 1.
And then as far as preventative maintenance, what is the recommendation? What do you guys usually do, John?
So there's no jockey pump or anything with this
No.
because we're basically just a 2-floor building.
Yeah, no pumps or nothing like that.
Normally if there were a
Testing.
pump, we'd have to do some testing and whatnot, but I don't think there's anything for us to really
No,
do.
on the annual inspection, we'll, drain the water off the compressor, and stuff like that. On the annual, we'll do that stuff. But yeah, for you guys, it really isn't anything for the maintenance guys. I guess the only thing would be the monitoring of the low air by the security would be the only thing you'd have to really keep an eye on, I guess. So
And what is the city pressure?
it varies a little bit around here. Let's see,
Around 60?
Yeah,
55?
60 now, somewhere between 50 and 60. Really, yeah.
So is there any need to check that, or is there any alarm if the city pressure would fall out? Is there any?
Well, your backflow, if you lost your city pressure, the backflow locks it in.
Yeah, okay.
And it's prevent false alarms more or less.
Okay.
But yeah, no, there really isn't anything to check that way either, I guess.
Mhm. Then you have extra heads over here,
Yep,
right?
2 head boxes here, heads and discussions. Your different wrenches you would need. If you guys do need to replace that, generally you guys call us to come and do it anyway, but if you do need the heads, they are there. And there should be every style head you need there that's in the building, so.
So I see a blue box back there that says agent release. What's that for?
That would be a question for JJ from Benko.
Oh,
But he explained it to me, but I'm not an expert on it. I believe that is for, you better ask him. He told me what I remember every one thing. I got nothing.
So it must have a dry, like a halon or some type of system.
No, it's to be able to turn off the, something in the vault, I think, for testing, or
Oh.
it's just a disconnect.
Oh,
And like I said, he'll have to explain that to you. He did mention it to me, but I'm not,
okay.
Is there any low spots or any areas where you have valves that trap water in the building or anything like that you can think of?
there are a few on the ends of the floating mains that really, it's more for when we come to work on it. It's
Yeah.
not anything you guys will have to, deal with. And it's really not trapped water, it's just, I guess it isn't trapped water, yeah. But yeah, it's nothing that them guys would ever
Okay.
have to deal with. It's not like a dry system where you gotta
Yeah.
do them, every quarter or whatever, but so, no, they're all wet systems, so.
And then there is a drain just south of the vault, right through that sidewall.
Yep.
That's the sprinkler drain. What is that for? Is that for the
That's
vault?
just for, when we do the inspection on the vault, we gotta simulate the valve tripping.
Mhm.
So we got a head orifice on the outside of the building, so we'd open that valve, and it would simulate a head going off in the vault.
Okay.
Then we just time the water, how long it takes the water to get there, and how long the valve will trip. That's just for testing,
Okay.
is all that's for, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What other questions, comments?
Uh-huh.
That must be all self-contained little air compressor and the whole
Yep.
9 yards.
Yeah, but the first time I put one on like that, to be honest, they just come out with them. It's a Sear, come out with them. They're specifically made for systems like this, so, yeah, I can't answer a lot of questions about it, because the first time I used it, I had, so they haven't had any problems yet, because they just come out with them.
But now, you did say, so I know some of our dry systems, if the air pressure gets too low, the water's gonna let go, but this
Yeah.
one won't.
This one won't, with that, that's why they call it that double interlocking, with that solenoid. It's another added safety layer, I guess you call it, so.
We had to beg to get that installed at pre-con. It was a wet system in there, and I'm like, $4 million device. There's no way.
Yeah.
Patrick, you have any question about this?
So you guys do an annual with the fire marshal, right?
We do the annual.
Okay.
And then submit the reports to Patrick, and then they give them to the fire marshal, yeah.
Mhm. And we have all the documentation from our initial testing that we'll turn over to you guys as well, so you can have that on file if anyone comes on site and questions, did you get this inspection or that inspection? You have at least the basis of where we started. What else? Nothing else for you?
Nothing I can think of is, yeah, that's pretty,
Any bells in the stairwell or anything?
no, everything right here.
We don't have a dry system, it's all wet in the stairwells, so, yeah.
Yep. No standpipes or nothing like that, so.
Alright.
How many feet to the second floor do you have?
Just the one here, it's right on the hallway here, it goes up.
Okay.
And then it continues on up in the mechanical room, just one feet up to
Okay.
each floor, yeah.
That's it, we can sign off on the sprinkler, if I brought the form. You just put your name right here, so contact the representative.
Okay,
And that's about it.
ready?
Yep. Cool.
All right.
Thanks so
All right,
much,
you bet.
yeah,
Yeah.
good job.